Hi everyone, I am back. Last week, I got a little distracted about about that thing going on right over there. Um, I am in the process of creating a TED Talk, which I will tell you more about at a later time. And because if it happens, I have to get approved first. If it happens, then I'm going to need lots of time to practice. And so if you want to join me for the practice, then put a comment down below because I need people to practice with, and I will let you know so you can be one of my guinea pigs, somebody who gives me feedback and tells me how it is and what could be different or better. That's if it all goes through. So anyway, that's what happened last week. But this week, what I want to talk about is sitting with the unknown. So raise your hand if you don't like the unknown. Yeah, me either. I am not a fan of the unknown. I like to know how the story ends. I want when things are uncertain, when things are hanging in the balance, even like, I don't know if I'm going to get selected to be a TED Talk speaker or not. There's a part of me that wants to, that finds suffering really quickly because in the unknown, I get really clear about, well, this is what I want to have happen, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Or conversely, I'm a recovering catastrophizer. In the past, what would happen is whenever I was in the unknown, I would catastrophize and be like, oh my gosh, everything's going to be horrible. This is the worst case, and just pile it on. So, one of the things that I have done to try to rein that in, to try to bring myself back to center is by being with this. It comes from the teachings of Thich Nhat Hanh. It is being with the suffering that is, and not adding any of my story, any of my worries, any of my concerns, any of my hopes, any of my 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 ideas to the not knowing. So, and this is hard. This is a hard practice. Sometimes I feel like my muscles are strong and I can just be with, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to be. I don't know the outcome. Or other times that feels like too far of a stretch, too difficult. But what I've learned is that the suffering of not knowing is enough. And when I can just get in tuned with that part of me that really wants to know and go, "Ugh, it's hard not knowing. That's hard." And being with the not knowing and letting that be enough. And that doesn't mean I'm not taking action. That doesn't mean I'm maybe not asking questions or I'm not like trying to understand more. But this last week, some big situations happened besides the TED Talk where things were, oh, very unknown, very uncertain, almost borderline perilous. And it was really easy to feel helpless. And so part of my work to kind of stay steady and continue to do all the things that need to be done, I had to remind myself that the not knowing, I don't know. And there's nothing that I can do. There's nothing anybody can do. All we have to do is wait and see. And that not knowing was enough. That was enough suffering. That was enough pain. And so it became really important for me not to catastrophize and also not to be like, it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. But rather to just be where it is. Whew, not knowing. Oh, that's hard. That's enough. And the other part too, to me, like when it comes to things like that, maybe I'm more excited about is returning to gratitude. And even during the hard stuff, it's like I'm grateful for all that has come up until now. I'm grateful that somebody reached out to me. I'm grateful that somebody got excited about my idea. Even if the TED Talk doesn't happen, I'm excited that it forced me to do all this crazy brainstorming and come up with a talk. So if it doesn't happen this time, it might happen another time, right? And even the things that are hard, it's like feeling grateful for all those moments that came before the hard stuff. So this is where being with the suffering that is and not catastrophizing, not adding like, oh my gosh, but what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? That's just compounding the suffering. It's making the suffering worse and diminishing it and being like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. No, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Creates its own pressure cooker because then you're trying to put a lid on the suffering that is. And guess what happens? That stuff blows up. It comes out in other ways. You start yelling at the dog, or you yell at the kids, or you yell at your partner, or you yell at the cars on the road, or whatever the case may be when we're going, it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. And that shit explodes, man. That goes everywhere. So what happens when we just go, oh, I acknowledge the pain of this. This is enough. That's what I have for you today. So whatever's going on in your life, I invite you to be with the pain that is there. If there's uncertainty, if there's unknown, be with the unknown. It is plenty. It is enough. Let's not add to it. I would love to hear from you. One way, if you enjoy these videos, one way you can support me is to like and comment and share. If you feel like this is something other people need to hear, please do so. It helps me be seen in the algorithms of social media. And if you want to know more about me and my work, you can go to my website, my new website. That is amazing and that I love. Anyway, be well. I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.